Welcome back to P2 Aero and the Turbo Yamaha RANS S21 project. As you can see, a lot has changed since the last video update. Unfortunately, I've been bit once again by the GoPro curse, and I lost a ton of footage, so I'll catch you up with an overview of everything that I've been up to at the end of this video. Let's start off with what little footage I do have, and get straight into fitting up this fuel rail from SkyTrax. The stock Yamaha piece is plastic, and it sticks up pretty tall in the front, so I think it's a great option for not only some added security, but some added cool factor as well. This one isn't really a bolt-in affair, and it will require a bit of customizing, as you'll see. I've taken the stock spacer and turned it down to allow the rail to sit at the new lower height. Couple that with getting some new fasteners that are a bit shorter, and it all goes in like it was an OEM part. Now, I don't have a lathe in my home shop, but my little mini mill thinks that it's a lathe if you talk to it nicely, and I was able to whip these out pretty quick. Now, SkyTrax didn't intend on retaining the idle control system on his engine, so this wasn't an issue for his design, but I did have a little bit of interference at the hose you see me marking here. There's plenty of meat in the rail at this location, so removing a little won't hurt anything. So out comes my favorite tool, a Dotco with some roll-lock discs to the rescue. The intentions are to run a fuel regulator at the rear of the rail now, and it's designed to use a Honda automotive unit. I'm remote mounting my regulator, but if you want it up here on the engine, just ask Teal when you order your rail what part to get for that. Alright, so that's about where the work footage ends, so the rest of this I'll just have to tell you about it and get you all caught up. Most of the progress was on the oil system. I've mounted my oil cooler behind the intercooler, and it's a 2-inch core Durali unit. It seems to be pretty good quality, and I think I'll be real happy with that. The hoses from that run up to the oil thermostat, and from there to the oil cooler adapter plate on the side of the block. I'm still waiting for a few fittings here, so I still need to make up those last few hoses. The oil tank's made by a company called Jagged Customs, and this one is a custom unit a bit longer than a stock YXZ side-by-side would have. I also spec'd out for nitro model mounts on this one since it'll be mounting to a flat surface. He makes tanks for all kinds of power sports, so I'm sure he can make whatever mods happen on a tank that you want. It's a dry sump oil system, so having a well-designed oil tank to include baffling to get the air out is an important thing to consider. I've also made up my temporary fuel system. I've yet to decide on if I want my fuel pumps in the cabin as RANS designed it, or if I'm going to put them out under the cowl. That's why I've only temporarily set up the regulator and a single pump here with a filter for now. My fuel regulator is another Radium engineering piece that uses a Bosch pressure cap. I'm still waiting for my fuel pressure sensor, but I have the wires in place ready to go here. I do still need to replace this last section of radiator hose down below. It's between the radiator and the water pump. To be honest, there's still a short laundry list of things like this that I'll be focusing on over the next week to make sure that I get all those things addressed. The last thing to update you on is the heat shields that I've made for the turbo area. I really intended to use the stock Snow Machine shields, but I've yet to find any of them in stock, so I just made some up for now. I think they look pretty neat. It's sure come a long ways in the last little bit of time. I'm excited to turn the key and hear the voice of my creation, and that will likely be on the very next video for you guys. So be sure to stay tuned for that. Let me know what you're thinking in the comments below, and as always, I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.